story of a nation built on hope and glory. 250 years of pride, but shadows of greed are deep inside. Gather together, hear the call. Rise up now, don't let us fall. Jobs and justice, side by side. Together we can turn the tide. From distant shores, they come and go. Workers' dreams are pushed so low. Greed's the foe we face today, but united we'll find a way. Gather together, hear the call. Rise up now, don't let us fall. Jobs and justice, side by side. Together we can turn the tide. It's more than gold, more than gain. It's lives, it's hopes, it's future's flame. Hand in hand, we stand as one, until the battle's truly won. So gather around and raise your voice. Let's make a choice, let's make some noise for a future fair and free, united in our destiny.
You know, the United States somehow managed to survive for 250 years without Trump being considered the savior. But I have to say I agree with some of his policies, especially when it comes to manufacturing and border control. The previous administration didn't really care much about the border, and that's definitely a problem. One reason we're importing so many goods is that Americans prioritize affordable prices for everyday essentials. The trend began with Japan initially. We imported a significant number of Japanese-made products. However, as Japanese goods flooded the market and their costs became less competitive compared to other low-wage countries, we shifted our focus to Taiwan and then China. Honestly, I don't fault other nations for capitalizing on our tech and manufacturing industries. Much of this is on us, our government and large corporations that sent work overseas. For instance, auto industry owners exploited cheap labor and educational disparities in other countries to maximize profits, often at the expense of domestic jobs and innovation. Now let's talk about some of the folks coming into the U.S., like Indian engineers. I know many personally, people who borrowed $35,000 from their government to come here for a master's degree. But their real plan wasn't just school. They wanted to work here and earn half of what an American engineer should make. It's like they saw an opportunity and took it. I don't blame them entirely. They're just trying to survive. But honestly, I blame the big American companies and their greed, especially when they exploit our system during things like green energy credits or R&D grants. During the push for green energy, our government opened the door to foreign investors, unfortunately. Many of these investors exploited the system, drawing on funds intended for research and development. Most foreign companies I've encountered simply establish a small office, hire a few engineers, and claim they're conducting R&D. Often just copying innovations already developed in countries like Germany or China. It's a clear case of taking advantage of the system, rather than genuinely advancing sustainable progress. Trump's effort to keep jobs in the U.S. was a step in the right direction. But how can we truly prevent companies from engineering products abroad? All they need is the internet, online meetings, and file sharing, making it easier than ever to offshore work. That's one reason so many American engineers struggle to find good jobs today. If you drive past a place like the GM Technical Center during work hours, it often looks nearly empty, because most engineers are now working remotely. This setup only works when a single engineer manages a team of 10 or 15 engineers overseas, which has become a common practice. Here's the thing about China. If they tried to match our living standards, the cost of their products would shoot way up. People there live pretty cheaply. Lots share apartments, eat rice and fish, and don't spend much on travel or luxury. Companies often provide free housing, and workers sometimes share beds, like when the first and second shifts use the same bed, just at different times. They've learned to live with very little, which helps keep costs low. It's similar in Mexico. While the federal minimum wage in Mexico has gone up a lot recently, it's now around 250 pesos or $14.60 a day, and even higher along the northern border. It still struggles to keep up with the cost of living. In manufacturing, especially for specialized roles or those in the auto sector under USMCA, wages tend to hover around $4 to $5 an hour, which is considered good compared to the national average. But for the millions outside the factory system, like street vendors, day laborers, and domestic workers, the $10 a day reality is pretty harsh. Over half of Mexico's workforce works in the informal economy, which means they don't have access to benefits like a minimum wage. That's why they often have no choice but to take whatever wages are available, just to feed their families.
Even though these countries take advantage of our wealthy economy, we're also benefiting from their cheap labor to keep prices low here in the US. But the workers making these products often have to work long hours just to buy food or a decent outfit. Many live day to day eating rice and beans with little access to travel or luxury. Some are just thankful if they even have electricity and running water. Their only escape is crossing the border or trying to move to a richer country like the US. Meanwhile, jobs are disappearing for every 10 engineering positions in the US. Maybe only one engineer needs to be physically here in the US managing everything remotely, doing virtual meetings, sharing files, and reviewing work online. Did you know that if a car is engineered in the US, only about 5 to 10% of the car's sales price actually goes to R&D and engineering? Yet, companies still want to cut costs even more. Greed drives everything. At the end of the day, it seems like most big companies only care about profit. They're willing to see jobs and the livelihoods of American workers go down if it means more money in their pockets. It's all about maximizing profits, even if it means we lose good-paying jobs and watch the cost of things go up. Greed is the real enemy here. It's what drives exploitation, offshoring, and the loss of jobs that hurt everyday Americans. When greed takes over, it blinds us to the human cost, people struggling to get by, families worried about their future. If we focus more on people than profits, maybe we could build a fairer, more balanced system where workers are valued, jobs are secure, and communities are stronger. After all, if the average American can't afford to buy a car, pay the rent, or cover healthcare and entities, who's left to buy from these profiteers? And the crazy thing is, greed often backfires when profits keep climbing even as sales decline. It's like a razor-sharp sword with jagged edges cutting into the very foundation of our economy. Eventually, that unchecked greed will cause inflation to spiral out of control, making everything more expensive for everyone. It's like a cycle of self-destruction that if we're not careful, could kill the economy we're all trying to build. We must remember that true wealth isn't measured just in dollars and cents, but in the well-being of our communities, security of our families, and the dignity of honest work. Only by putting people before profits can we hope to create a future where prosperity is shared and no one is left behind.
In shadows deep, a hunger grows, a silent force that nobody knows. It blinds our hearts, it dims the light, turning day to endless night. We chase the goal that slips away, we ignoring what's at stake each day. But in the end, what do we gain when all we build is built on pain? Let's break free from the chain, from the greed that brings us pain. Lift up the ones who stand in line, build a world where hearts align. If we hold on to what is real, we can heal, we can heal from the greed that makes us blind. A better future we can find. Families struggling just to survive, watching their hopes slowly die. Profits rise, but at what cost? A future that's already lost. A cycle spinning out of control, feeding a hunger that takes its toll. But change is possible, it's ours to make, for every soul that we can save. Let's break free from the chain, from the greed that brings us pain. Lift up the ones who stand in line, build a world where hearts align. If we hold on to what is real, we can heal, we can heal from the greed that makes us blind. A better future we can find. It's a choice we must face today, to build a dawn from the dark of gray. Together we can turn the tide with hope and love on our side. So here's our song, a call to stand, to craft a fairer, kinder land. For in our hearts the truth is clear, a brighter world is always near. We've survived 250 years, stood through storms and change, without a savior's name, just hope that rearranged. Some say the man's a savior, but history's told us no. Still some policies ring true, and it's worth letting know. Breathes a shadow in the night, stealing jobs, stealing life.
Workers dream of a fairer day, but profits keep them pushed away. Can we turn the tide, rewrite the story, build a future with human glory? From Japan to Taiwan, then China's busy hands. We've chased the cheapest goods across distant lands. Big corporations profit while workers pay the toll. Exploited labor, draining American soul. They say it's just business, but it's more than that. It's the future we're losing, a world turned flat. Jobs slipping away like grains of sand. It's time to take a stand, hand in hand. Greed's a shadow in the night, stealing jobs, stealing light. Workers dream of a fairer day, but profits keep them pushed away. Can we turn the tide, rewrite the story, build a future with human glory? Engineers in distant lands, borrowed dreams and hopes, living day to day, just trying to cope. Foreign borders open wide, investors take their share. Progress built on borrowed time, with little real care. Living standards in the East cost so very low. Sharing beds, eating rice, living life in a shadow's glow. Mexico's hard-won lines, wages just a drop. Families struggling every day, trying not to stop. Factories closing down, the ghost towns filled with silence. Once a bustling heartbeat, now a stark defiance. Automakers offshore, the assembly lines are gone, leaving workers crying, wondering what went wrong. It's a cycle of greed spinning out of control, leaving scars upon the soul, taking its toll. But hope still lingers in the hearts of those who care, a chance to rebuild and be fair. Greed's a shadow in the night, stealing jobs, stealing life. Workers dream of a fairer day, but profits keep them pushed away. Can we turn the tide, rewrite the story, build a future with human glory? If we focus on the people, see the human face and choose compassion over greed, we can find our place, build a world where everyone's secured, a future free from the greed that's endured. Let's remember what we're fighting for, a land of justice rich in more than ore, where workers matter and families thrive together. We can keep hope alive. In a land of resilience, centuries deep, where freedoms blossom and hopes run steep, surviving storms without a hero's hand, a testament to dreams and a steadfast stand. It's
Shadows stretch across the border's line, a silent toll of choices made in time. Factories distant, hands far away, workers sharing beds at break of day. Living on little, yet paying the price, a cycle spun from greed's cold ice. Supply and demand, a ruthless game, where profit's king and workers' pain. Borrowed hopes from distant shores, engineers seeking open doors, chasing dreams on foreign soil, while corporations reap the spoil. They exploit the system, bend the rules, pretend to innovate but play the fools, claiming progress, claiming new, while genuine growth gets lost in view. The world's a web of give and take, of life sacrificed for wealth's own sake. And though we strive to mend the seam, the thread of greed frays every dream. Jobs move offshore with ease and speed, remote connections fulfill the need. A car designed miles away, most earnings drifting free. In China's crowded, humble streets, living cheaply, sharing beds and needs, their lives a testament to less, while we chase comfort more or less. Mexico's labor, tough and raw, wages low yet workers draw, a daily fight just to survive, to keep their families alive. Meanwhile our system's tangled, broken, greed's a word that's often spoken. Profits hire workers falling behind, a broken promise, a troubled mind. The rich grow richer, the poor remain, caught in a cycle of growing pain. Jobs vanish, hopes diminish, while greed's dark tide continues to diminish. If only hearts could turn away from greed and focus on the human need, build a future fair and kind, where every worker's worth is signed. For greed may blind and lead astray, but kindness lights a better way. A world where balance, justice reigns, and hope can heal the deepest pain. So let us dream of days ahead, where dignity and work are wed, where communities are strong and free, and all can share in prosperity. Just another divine revelation descended upon him, a whisper from the heavens, a sacred hymn, unveiling truths beyond mortal rim, a spark of eternity
glowing from within. Just after a divine revelation fell from the sky, Trump grabbed his phone and let out a mighty cry. OMG, folks, I've seen the light, it's true. And now I have to tweet what heaven just told me to do. He typed with a grin, God just texted me, no joke. Said I'm the best and I'm woke, and I'm no joke. Heaven's got my back even in my tweets, so prepare yourselves for some divine tweets. Suddenly angels joined in with halos shining bright. They started retweeting, vote for Trump, alright. Cherubs were giggling, harps in hand, trying to understand what heaven had planned. The clouds formed a Twitter logo in the sky, while cherubs typed the hashtags, make heaven great again, oh my. St. Peter was screenshotting with a grin, saying, even in heaven, we're all about the win. The Almighty chuckled, this guy's a true star, tweeting divine secrets from afar. He's got the gospel, the truth, and some memes, a celestial influencer fulfilling heavenly dreams. And Trump with a smirk is still tapping away. God told me I'm winning no matter what they say, so I'll keep tweeting from heaven to earth. Divine revelation, proof I was born for this work. Suddenly an angel slipped on a holy banana peel, landed in a cloud doing a holy wheel. The angels burst out laughing, halos askew. Even heaven's got its goofballs, it's true. A choir of cherubs started a viral TikTok trend, while St. Peter tried to figure out how to send a celestial meme about divine fries. In heaven's comedy, nobody can deny. Then a seraphim tried to do a heavenly dance, but tripped over a harp doing the angelic prance. They giggled and twirled, halo spinning around. Even celestial beings love a good clowning down. Meanwhile in the clouds a flock of doves whisper, is this divine comedy, or did heaven get shifter? They tweeted in unison, this is quite the show. Even the angels are saying, hey, let's go with the flow. Back on Earth, reporters were scratching their heads, trying to figure out if heaven's got some new spreads. Is this a sign, or just celestial fun? Well, cosmic or not, the tweets had everyone on the run. So here's the punchline from the heavenly crew. Even angels love a good laugh or two. In the universe's craziest, funniest words, divine tweets and giggles, the universe is absurd. And as the stars twinkled with mischievous glee, the universe chuckled, oh what a sight to see. Because in this divine comedy we all play a part, laughing in the sky, with humor in our heart. Then just another divine revelation descended upon him. A whisper from the heavens, a sacred hymn, unveiling truths beyond the mortal realm. A spark of eternity glowing from within.
Suddenly the sky lit up
the funniest dreams. Just after a divine revelation fell from the sky, Trump grabbed his phone and let out a mighty cry. OMG folks, I've seen the light, it's true, and now I have to tweet what heaven just told me to do.
He typed with a grin, God just texted me, no joke. Said I'm the best and I'm woke and I'm no joke. Heaven's got my back even in my tweets, so prepare yourselves for some divine tweets.
So the angels joined in, halo shining bright, retweeting heaven's message, spreading the light. Cherubs giggling, harps in hand, understanding heaven's plan. Oh, so grand, oh, divine tweets from the heavens high. Angels laughing in the sky. Cherubs giggling, halos askew in this celestial circus. Me and you, laughing through the cosmic haze, living in the divine comedy's maze. From sacred whispers to viral streams, heaven's got the funniest dreams. Oh, clouds formed a Twitter logo in the sky. Hashtags flying, make heaven great again, oh my. St. Peter screenshot it with a grin, saying even in heaven, we're all about the win. An angel slipped on a holy banana peel, landed in a cloud doing the holy wheel. Giggles echoed across the divine domain, even heaven's got its silly strain. Meanwhile, a seraphim tried to do a heavenly dance, but tripped over a harp doing the angelic prance. They giggled and twirled, halos spinning around. Even celestial beings love a good clowning down. A choir of cherubs started a viral TikTok trend, while St. Peter tried to figure out how to send a celestial meme about divine fries and heaven's comedy nobody can deny.
Doves whispered softly, is this divine play? Tweeting in unison, we're here to stay. Even the angels are joining the fun in this heavenly laugh. Everyone's one.
From the heavens high, angels laughing in the sky. Cherubs giggling, halos askew in this celestial circus. Me and you, laughing through the cosmic haze, living in the divine comedy's maze. From sacred whispers to viral streams, heaven's got the funniest dreams. Yeah.
In the clouds, a rainbow of emojis appeared. Heaven's social feed so crystal clear. God's latest message with a wink and a smile. Stay blessed, stay funny, stay for a while.
A saint did a meme with wings all fluff, making everyone laugh. That's heavenly stuff. Even the stars blink with mischievous glee, because in the divine, humor's the key.
So here's the punchline from above, so true. Even angels love a good laugh or two. In this universe's wildest, funniest scene, divine tweets and giggles in cosmic sheen. And as the stars
the tears from humble roots to towering heights, our spirit fueled by hope and rights. But now the shadows cast a doubt of greed that's pulling us all out. The fabric of our nation frays. Can we find a better way? We face the darkness, fought the night, held on to what is right. Our voices rising loud and clear. The time is now, our moment near. Wake up, America, hear the call. Rise above, don't let us fall. Jobs and justice hand in hand. Let's build a future that we understand. From sea to shining sea so wide, we hold the power deep inside. Together strong, we can break through. A brighter dawn is waiting for me and you. From factories to distant shores, workers struggle, dreams ignored. The heart of our nation beats in the hands, but greed's the enemy. We fight across the lands. Families yearning for a fairer day, for better roads, for brighter ways. For every voice that's left unheard, we lift our hopes, we spread the word. Every voice a shining light, guiding us through darkest night. Hope's the fire that burns so bright, leading us to what is right. Wake up, America, hear the call. Rise above, don't let us fall. Wake up, America, hear the call. Rise above, don't let us fall. Jobs and justice hand in hand. Let's build a future that we understand. From city streets to rural farms, we band together, brave and strong, holding tight to what is right, shining hope into the night. It's more than profits, more than gold. It's lives, it's stories never told. It's children's laughter, elders' grace, the dignity we must embrace. Together we can change the tide. Stand for truth, stand with pride. This is our land, our sacred ground. In unity we are found. Dreams of freedom, echoes of the past, a legacy that will forever last. We've faced the storm, we've seen the fight. Now's the moment for what's right. No more silence, no more fear. Our voice is loud, our vision clear. A nation born anew from strife, a promise kept, a better life. The road is long, but we move on with hope's dawn at every dawn. Hand in hand we carry on our unity, our strongest song. Wake up, America, hear the cry. Lift your voice into the sky. Justice, freedom, shining true. A future born anew for me and you. Stand united, strong and free. This is our land, our destiny. Hand in hand we'll make it right, shining hope into the night. In the shadows, hope still gleams, fighting for our shared dreams. Voices rising, breaking chains, healing wounds, easing pains. From every corner, every town, we'll lift each other from the ground. Truth and love will lead the way. A brighter future starts today. Through the storms and darkest nights, we find our strength, ignite the lights. No more fear, no more doubt. We know what our future's about. Building bridges, breaking walls, answering justice calls. Together we can rewrite the script. A nation soul fully equipped. Wake up, America, hear the cry. Lift your voice into the sky. Justice, freedom, shining true. A future born anew for me and you. Stand united, strong and free. This is our land, our destiny. Hand in hand we'll make it right, shining hope into the night. Wake up, America, hear the call. Rise above, don't let us fall. Dreams of justice, dreams of peace. A brighter day that will never cease. From every mountain to the sea, we're the change, we hold the key. Together bound by hope's bright flame, united in one sacred name. So let the song of hope ignite a new dawn of future bright. United we stand,
strong and free, for the land of the brave and the home of the free. With every voice and every hand, we shape the soul of this great land, a future built on truth and grace. Together we will find our place. For 250 years we've stood tall, survived without a savior through rise and fall. Built this land on hopes and dreams, now caught in greed's relentless schemes. Jobs are fading, shadows grow. Where do we go from here? We need to know. From factories silent to borders wide, we're fighting for the soul inside. Can we break these chains that bind? Find the strength to change our mind. Echoes of a changing heart, we've got to play our part. Build a future where we stand hand in hand across this land. No more greed, no more pain. Let's rise up and break the chain. For a better tomorrow, let's start today. In the echoes of a changing heart, we'll find our way. Workers sharing beds, living day by day, dreaming of a brighter way. Greed's a sword with jagged edge, cutting deep into the pledge. Family struggling just to survive. It's time to keep hope alive. From distant shores to city streets, we hear the cry, we feel the heat. Can we change the course we're on? Find the strength to carry on. Echoes of a changing heart, we've got to play our part. Build a future where we stand hand in hand across this land. No more greed, no more pain. Let's rise up and break the chain. For a better tomorrow, let's start today. In the echoes of a changing heart, we'll find our way. It's time to see the human face beyond the profit chase. Workers' tears, children's dreams, flowing like unspoken streams. Together we can mend the cracks, heal the wounds that greed has stabbed. From Mexico to distant lands, people reach with open hands. Living low just to survive, struggling hard to stay alive. Their hopes are bright, their spirits strong. They're part of what makes us belong. Let's remember all they give, the reason we still strive to live. Change the system, break the mold, rewrite stories yet untold. Echoes of a changing heart, we've got to play our part. Build a future where we stand hand in hand across this land. No more greed, no more pain. Let's rise up and break the chain. For a better tomorrow, let's start today. In the echoes of a changing heart, we'll find our way. Hear the echoes, feel the fire. Let's lift each other higher. With hope as our guiding star, we'll rebuild what's fallen apart. United voices, strong and free, building a future we believe. In the echoes of a brand new day, we'll find the strength
to lead the way.